Hello guys, it's Josh MC2000 here. I'm back. Today I want to be talking about what older comic book runs I'm reading, i.e. trade papers and back issues. And I'm going to be... this is going to be in no particular order. The last video was also in no particular order. It's just me... It's the way I do things. I do things off script, so it's very difficult to put things in some kind of order. But I have literally... Okay, I'm going to start off with a manga, given the fact it's probably the weirdest thing on this list. I'm going to kick off with the manga that I've been reading lately, which is Death Note Volume 1 and Volume 2, which roughly about six five-pounder volume, and they're roughly about the same size as Hellblazer. So if you've ever read Hellblazer, the original Hellblazer, which is like about a doorstop kind of like size comic, it's the same sort of size as that, but it's like it's less than half the price of Hellblazer. Hellblazer is like 17, nearly 20 quid, but you know, whereas that is £5. It's honestly really worth. It's worth the money and it's worth the time and the attention, and honestly, just it's Death Note. If you've never watched the anime or the crappy Netflix movie, I would not recommend the Netflix movie. Okay, just let's get that out of there. But like, if you've heard of Death Note and you've ever wondered what it is, I'd recommend picking up the manga or watching the anime. But personally, because this is a comic book thing, the most striking thing about the manga is that it's all in black and white. The cover art's in colour, but the content of the book is all in black and white. I'm not sure if that reflects Death Note's age or if it's just a style, because I'm kind of new to like Japanese manga anime type stuff, so it could be the style or it could be the reflection of its age, but I kind of like the fact it's all in black and white. And also, can I just say how incredibly detailed manga is when compared to Western comics? It's like the level of detail, like in characters and backgrounds, is just above and beyond a lot of Western comics. But I don't know. It's an enjoyable story. It's like, think what would happen if Morse met kind of like a supernatural horror type thing. Like, you know, Morse and Endeavour, those kind of programs. Frost, you know, detective type stuff. Think what would happen if that ever met, like, I don't know, some kind of supernatural horror. I can't think of an example. You know, it's kind of like, that's kind of like what it is. It's a mashup of things, and it's actually really enjoyable. I must admit, the end of Volume 2 leaves it on a cliffhanger. If you watch the anime, you'd instantly know where it's left. But there's about 12, there's 13, 12 of the story, and I'm pretty sure the 13th one is like backstory and information. Because a lot of people complained that some of the information in the manga was vague, so they did kind of like an information kind of thing, which was actually... So, yeah. I'd highly recommend this if you're like into that kind of thing. There's not much action in it, but it's more about the thought process of this game of wits, which I actually find really enjoyable, and it's a bit of it's refreshing to see... No, it's refreshing not to be constant action, you know what I mean? Like, when I've read so many comics that is just constant fighting and action, it's nice to just sit down and watch, read something like Death Note or Hellblazer, which has a different approach. It's, anyway, speaking of the devil, next is Hellblazer, the original Vertigo Hellblazer, which is a 15-volume thing, and let me tell you something, these are probably This and Punisher Max are probably the most expensive runs on this list, but I tell you, if you pick up one of these, you're going to be occupied for quite a while. It's definitely... I'd definitely argue it's worth the pickup. Like, especially figures. I have finished Volume 1 of Hellblazer, and it's definitely... Some stories are hit or miss, but you can definitely tell where the Constantine TV show ripped a lot of its influence from. But it's okay. It helps you appreciate the amount of love and care and attention that show put into everything, and also it highlights some of the stuff they left out, which you know, it's an enjoyable read, and it'll keep you occupied for quite some time. It took me a while to finish it. Next, okay, so I think after that is nice to go on to the next big money one, which is Punisher Max. This one is like probably the most expensive on this list, but it's the definitive Punisher run. So if you like Punisher, I think at some point you owe it to yourself to pick this up. Honestly, I've been a fan of Punisher for a while, and some of the modern stuff just doesn't do it for me. I picked this up and I read it, and it was actually really good. I mean, I picked this up and I read it, and I'm like, yeah, this is the Punisher that I know. This is the Punisher I like. What the hell are the modern books doing? Know what I mean? It's like, it's just one of those things where you feel things you know when something hits its peak, and that is like instantly what it gets recognised for. That is the case with Punisher Max. Garth Ennis's work on there is basically what made the Punisher. It's what put it on the map, so I think honestly it's worth checking out, even if it is a little pricey. I must admit, I picked my volume up from Forbidden Planet. You can probably find it somewhere. You can probably find it cheaper somewhere else if you look around hard enough. But it is definitely worth a look, regardless. Like, you know, what I'm saying about the prices here, don't let it put you off. They are, like, it would not be on this list if it was not good. Like, I deliberately named and shamed the new Hellblazer and Nightwing, simply because I didn't think they were worth the money. So I'm literally saying to you, I wasn't impressed with those. In my opinion, you shouldn't be wasting your money on those. There's better Rebirth runs. Whereas, like, you know, if there was a better Punisher run than Punisher Max would not be on this list, okay? Well, that's just my opinion. Some people may prefer the modern Punisher runs, but I've read Reborn, and I've started reading through the bit where he's dealing with the mob, and it's actually really enjoyable. Like the first story arc, when he actually becomes the full-on Punisher. It's actually it's really good. But the thing is, one thing I gotta say about Punisher Max, it has the Max label for a reason. It is gory as hell. And Hellblazer also has the Vertigo label for a reason. It's adult. Pretty adult content in there. It's, you know, it's like, if you watched the Constantine TV show, you'll probably know what I mean. But yeah, it's one of those things where I just thought I'd throw that out there. Those are not for like my younger viewers, those two. You could probably still read pretty much nearly everything else on this list. Actually, I just thought there's not really anything for any of my younger viewers on this list. Never mind. Also, I'm still trying to finish New 52. I'm still trying to finish New 52 Deathstroke. Then after that, I'm going to pick up Justice League Dark. because I watched the animated movie of that, I enjoyed it, so I think I'm gonna go hunt down the comics. But that's not something I own at the moment, so Justice League Dark is not a recommendation. I'm just stating that may be something I read in the future. And if you're reading the Rebirth Deathstroke, don't run out and buy the new Deathstroke. No, sorry. If you're reading the Rebirth Deathstroke, don't run out and buy the new 52 Deathstroke, because they have very little impact on each other. Like, whereas like Red Hood and Outlaws, there's references all over the place. The Rebirth Deathstroke is more its own thing. I've noticed that there's some that stand alone from what than what there was before. Then there's some that are pretty similar. It's that's just the way it is, I think. But anyway, I hope these guys have enjoyed you. My words are failing me. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just to recap, my old runs that I'm reading are Volume 1 and 2 of Death Note. I'm going to be picking those up in the future. I'm reading Punisher Max and Hellblazer, as well as Deathstroke No. 52. My high recommendations are Death Note if you're a manga fan. If you're a Punisher fan, Punisher Max. If you like Vigilantes, Punisher Max. If you're looking for something refreshing and new, Hellblazer, because it's not your conventional DC Vertigo kind of story. It's definitely more enjoyable if you're like into that supernatural kind. It very much, it kind of reminds me. I've heard a lot of people draw comparisons to the show Supernatural, which is, in my eyes, that's a fair argument. It's a fair comparison to Hellblazer. Maybe even possibly that show took some influence from Hellblazer, I don't know, but anyway, so that's about it, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.